Hi, welcome. Day 5 of the Letting Go Challenge. You made it. You totally made it. Oh my goodness. So let's get started by first congratulating yourself. Even if you're still on day 4 or you're still on day 1, it doesn't matter because the pause, the prayer, the letting go, it's ongoing. You want it to be hopefully a 24-hour everyday challenge, right? Every time you feel triggered, something isn't going your way, you're trying to make a decision, you're in your head about it, maybe you can sense there's some fear, pause and pray. Maybe you can write PP on your hand and just keep pausing and praying. Now, I want to share with you, hopefully I can do that right now, a feedback I got from one of our challengers. I don't know what to call this. So here's what happened. She says, I got so many clues and answers to the questions that she had sent me yesterday. So, I didn't even have to answer her questions. She got them because she was released about it and let go, right? And by, continuing to try these tools and use them, hopefully you're using your morning meditation, your evening meditation as well. 5 minutes takes very little time. You're starting to be more precise. You're starting to ask the question and get the feeling. So I want to summarize the way she wrote it. I love it, the way she put it. So she said, getting into the vibe, flow, taste. You know who you are, because as I'm reading this, you're going to know who you are. Getting into the vibe, flow, taste of praying this way really amps up my confidence and my certainty. I was shown where I was making it too complicated. So, and after that, after cleaning the slate, I use my anger towards what I want. So, yeah, it's and she even had a resolution happen. Like she was wondering how to fix something in her life, and it just came to her. So when you guys pause and pray, it's as if you're telling your consciousness and the universe, you're saying, "I don't got this. Help me." Now you got to think about the universe as an all-loving, always helpful divine mother or divine mentor, right? So imagine it being like Google and you're like, I need help. How do I fix this? You hit search and you get an answer, right? You get an immediate answer. You get a video on how to fix it. You get the Google, you get the YouTube, you get an immediate answer. And so when you pause and pray, it's like you doing the search on Google going, how do I fix this? Or what's the solution to that? And you can even ask life purpose questions. You can ask, where am I going next? And you won't maybe get the answer in that moment, but you're setting in motion something to come back to you. All right, so let's grab a pen and paper or your computer and let's type up or write up. I want to do it with you because it helps me to flow if I do it with you. So grab pen and paper. I'm gonna get a pen, okay? And let's practice it. So let's say you're starting your day and you have some things on your mind, right? And it's recurring, it's still unresolved. Let's have the big life questions, right? And then we'll have some little questions too. So we're gonna do the pause and pray together today, and then we're gonna move into anger towards, so we're gonna sort of do the whole flow. But first, let's just make a list of the top 3, hey mailing, the top 3, hi Sanjay, the top 3 things that have been heavy, you're trying to fix this, you're still sort of are all wrapped up in it and you don't really have clarity about it. So, calling on the light to help you. Things might get a little heavy temporarily and then we're gonna lift you back up, okay, you guys? So don't worry about that. All right, I'm gonna do it with you. So heavy stuff like life purpose, direction, goals, my next 3 months. And they can be really brief, just a couple words. You don't have to write anything too long. Just what they are, right? And when you write and you surrender, it starts to help you see the pattern and the actual underlying fear. So we'll work on that today. Hi, Lota. Hi, Andrea. You guys are awesome. The party's getting started today. It's Friday. We have a freedom party going on today. Minus the music. I can turn on some music if you need to. So if you're just joining us, we're making two lists. One is big picture, big questions, big worries, big, and like you don't have clarity about some things, right? It could be purpose. It could be where to live. It could be where's money coming from, you know. Don't filter anything. Just really dump on the paper all of your like frustration, complaints. I don't have an answer for this. What am I supposed to do with this? You know, and I was referring to it like if you're going to do a Google search, but this is a universal Google search, and you're asking, you know, how do I, you know, where is, you know, Andrea supposed to live, or where is Parveen supposed to get her next two clients? You know, you could just ask these questions and be like, you guys need to tell me, okay? So these are your big life problems. I don't want to call them problems, but, you know, questions. Okay. And so after you do your big list, just do your little list, like small things from your day to day, you know. Like more about this week or the next few weeks, just something that's more immediate. Like things you haven't decided, like your undecided list, still trying to figure it out list. Does that work if I call it like that? And keep breathing through this process, by the way, and try to breathe from the belly, like the belly, not so much the chest, just like really let in a lot of air. Like as you do this, keep breathing, because I know you're probably holding your breath, because as we go into heavy stuff, it usually makes us hold our breath because we're in fear. So yeah, great, you guys. Thanks for your honesty. So yeah, like I like my heart really beams when you guys say these things, because I know you've been internally trying to like figure out the answer, and it's sort of, it eats away at you. So when you verbalize it here, and the intention is to give it up to the universe, it's almost like the angels are like taking a breath, going, okay, she's surrendering it. She's saying, I don't got this. I need help. And we're going to do it together. We're going to do the pause and the prayer together, but it's sort of like brings in a lot of help. You know, it's as if they've been watching you trying to cook, you know, a 6-course meal by yourself, and they're sitting there saying, do you need any help? And you're like, no, I don't. I got this. And you're getting exhausted, right? Does that make sense? So we'll do some work on that. So list of all the big stuff in your life that you're still trying to figure out, big purpose life, big, you know, big questions: who to marry, where to live, what purpose, you know, what am I going to do? And then small questions like your day to day, every day, the whole week. Yeah. Oof. Sorry, when I do that, you guys, it's because energy's flowing through and I'm releasing it for the group. I'm not just twitching. Yeah. Okay. So everybody's saying purpose, purpose, purpose. I love it. There's a big section in the course coming up next week about purpose, but I'll try to give you as much today as I can. My son does not have school today, so he's downstairs. We might have a 5-year-old joining the call, and I don't know how much I can give you today, but hopefully I can do as much as I'm meant to do. All right, you guys have your small list and your big list. So even if your big list is purpose and it feels like it's a big list, why don't you break it down into a small list? Like, because I don't know my purpose, I don't know how I'm going to I don't know what to do today. It could be that somebody could be like, what am I supposed to do today? Like I get up and I don't know my purpose. So God, what am I supposed to do today? If I don't know my big purpose, or I don't know where to live, or I don't know what my job is, I'm afraid to buy food today because where's money coming from? Like that, do you see how not having answers to the big questions sort of like affects your everyday life? So make those two lists anyway, just so we can ground it into something that's a bit more tangible than like a big old life purpose. So make a list of all the big things in your life that's not, you don't have an answer for it, and then make a list of all the small things in your life that's still, you know, unanswered for the week or the couple weeks ahead. Yeah. Okay. And you could even put like your next step, like what is my next step? If you guys have done this 5-day challenge and you're like, I don't want it to end, what am I going to do? Or what is my next step? Well, then ask. You know, you could put that on your small list. What's my next step? How can I keep moving forward with this? All right. Let me know when you guys have those 2 lists and we can go to the next section. Okay, Brenda, no problem. All right, you guys all ready to go? All righty. So I'm getting to ask you first, what are the things that have worked for you to get you answers? So, you know, here I'm going to share this. So the more I keep praying, the more it falls into my lap what I want in baby steps. And that feels safe. And I feel it preparing me to leap big. So one of you guys sent me this by email. I won't say who it is. But it's sort of a beautiful illustration of, wait a minute, I'm doing the pause and pray. And even though, you know, the big purpose wasn't revealed to me or my big mission isn't revealed to me yet, I'm feeling guided. Things are falling into my lap. I'm like, you know, synchronicity happen. It's baby steps. Great questions, Loda. Okay. I love it. You guys are like, see, in asking the question, you're surrendering. It's awesome. I love it. Surrender is way better than staying in fear or trying to figure it out. So really these 2 lists are what am I trying to figure out? What is the big question? What are the little questions? And why am I trying to figure it out? Because if I'm trying to figure it out, I'm in fear. Do you guys feel that? Like, what energy are you in when you're trying to get the answer? Are you in fear? Are you in frustration? What are you in? Are you in overwhelm? Most often it's fear though, isn't it? Like fear I'm not going to be able to be safe. Fear of lacking safety maybe. Are you in fear of lacking control? There's some kind of fear there, right? So behind those questions, can you feel that? So we're going to do the pause and pray for that fear. Oof, I'm going to take you there. Oh, all right. And before I take you there, I want to reiterate, like, what has worked for you. Go back to those tools. Go back to the tools that have worked for you. Or maybe it's like there's several tools that work for you, and then you pick and choose which one to use next, you know? Like, there's 20 meditations to do. You could be like, I'm going to pause and pray. I feel like the one that's going to work is that one. And then that's the one that works, right? Okay. All right, and so the pause and pray can be so different. Like every day, a pause and pray can be getting on your knees. It could be going for a walk. It could be calling a friend and admitting how scared you are or how powerless you are. It could be showing up on this call, right? A pause and pray could be so different. It could be taking, instead of taking the car, you go for a walk to get something, right? A pause and pray could be to let go of someone or a relationship when you really, really want to hold on to it, okay? So, but today we're going to do it this way because we're all together in this awesome session. So we can do it this way. So you could repeat it in your head as I say it, or you could just receive it and just be a receiver of this. So I'm just going to collectively hold the energy of like what's going on in your space. So I'm going to sort of be you in the moment so I can transmute it for you, if that's okay with you. So we're all together in a circle, and I'm just sort of holding that. I'm like a crystal holding space. You can also do this for yourself. I just want to make sure that this is feeling clearing. This is a powerful clearing for you since we're all together today. So everywhere, God, everywhere I feel really, really confused about my purpose and where my safety is going to come from, and everywhere this fear is keeping me from really knowing you and really understanding my bigger purpose in life, everywhere this fear is keeping me small, I ask you now to help me release all of my programming around this, all of my beliefs around this. Please, I'm opening myself up on behalf of everyone in this group, and whenever you're watching this video, I'm opening myself up so that the truth can come in. I'm going to release all these fears that the truth may not come in, right? I don't have the answer to these, and I'm sorry that I ever thought I could have the answers, because I know they're going to be revealed to me baby steps, right? Like little by little, I will know, I will understand, and I will faithfully move forward. There you go. It's sort of like the image I'm getting, you guys, it's sort of like you're going on a first date and you want to know if this is your husband for the rest of your life, right? And what I'm getting is just go on dates, go on 60, 80, 100 dates, and then maybe you'll know. That's what I'm getting. So can you go on dates with your purpose? This is what's coming in. So patience is coming in. Faith is coming in, because if you felt safe, if I felt safe in my own being and I felt loved, I would take all the time in the world to do all that I loved. And little by little, if that relationship with my purpose and the people I'm meant to help would come into being, right? It would, but you got to be grounded enough and sort of feeling safe enough to give yourself time through that relationship. Does that make sense? Okay. Deep breath. Let's really call on some light here. Grow tall with me. So you're going to start growing vertically. So a lot of those questions you're sending up are very horizontal, earthly questions. It's very based on the body being on earth. But if you reconnect to your soul and you reconnect vertically and you start to let a lot of light come in through your crown chakra, your third eye, you're going to let a shower of light, imagine it, call it in, your ears, your throat. It's like you're turning on your light body, it's like flashes of light coming in your back, all the chakras along your spine. We have hundreds of chakras. You got hundreds of chakras. So you can actually just go beam and turn them all on. There you go. They're all over your arms, your hands, your legs, your hips, your knees, your feet, your back. You're like just a big bright light. Now that's your soul. So ask your soul now, like if your soul knows it's always safe, right? Your soul cannot die. So it has no fear of lacking safety. It really has no fear of lacking love, because it is love. It is all loving. It has no fear of lacking control, because it knows it's all creative. It can create anything at any time. So can you feel that soul energy that you truly are? There you go. Thank you. And if you don't, just keep stretching your energy, take your focus out of the earth and put it into your energy, your language of energy, it's like your other language. There you go. Breathing in a lot of light. And now your soul feels all loving, your soul feels all in control and safe. What is your soul doing on the planet? Just ask the question, what am I doing on the planet as this soul, as this spirit? And you're going to hear an echo, and just let the echo come in. The first thing you hear is the truth. Everything else is the ego trying to edit. And let's do it again. Connect really, really tall. Let your mind expand to be at one with the light. So if you need to turn on the light even brighter, imagine you're in the shower and you cannot use your hands to turn on the water. You can only use your mind. And so to turn anything on using your mind, you visualize it turning on, right? You go, water, turn on, and then you visualize it, you feel it, and it comes on. So for the light, is the same thing. Light, highest beam of wisdom and love, turn on, and then you feel it, you visualize it, you imagine it, and it's on. So it's the same thing for turning on chakras or anything really. You just use your mind. There you go. Now use your mind to go beyond your home, to go beyond your city, to go grow even taller, both vertically into the earth and into the sky. Woo! And then grow even taller into the blue sky, go beyond the blue sky or the night sky, wherever you are, and go into the galaxy where only private jets get to fly, not public transportation. Go all the way up above there, and then you're going to actually start to feel like you're going into a tunnel of light. It's going to feel like you're being swooshed up into the arms of beautiful, loving angels. Hello, Archangel Michael and Jophiel and Mother Mary and Yeshua and all the beautiful angels and ascended masters are greeting you and welcoming you home. And this is going to feel really familiar. You're going to feel like you're home. So just hang out there for a minute. Just give everyone a big hug. So receive a lot of hugs. And you might start to see yourself just as a light instead of a body. So really challenge yourself to see yourself as an energy versus a physical body. See yourself as a light that's floating around and greeting every other lights being there. But then you're choosing to actually go even higher than all those lights, and you're choosing to go into a pearly white light. Now, it might feel a little sticky to go all the way up there, but really decide in your heart that you're going to go to Creator, and you're going to go and be with Creator, and you're going to be one with Creator. So now you're back in the oneness of all that is. And you're going to want to go even higher than that, and notice that there's really no ceiling to this white, pearly white light, that all that there is this love. And now really get a download or a signature of what it feels like to be loved by Creator. I know what it feels like to be loved by Creator, and really let it permeate every cell of your being as a light. Download it into every organ, every cell, every drop of water in your body, every thing that, all the little pieces of your eyes, all those little things in there, pupil, the iris, every hair, every follicle, every nail, everything in you that needs to receive this download of what pure divine love feels like. Can you take it in? There you go. And woof, oh my goodness, good. So now decide to fill up on that love. And so here's your purpose, right? Can you bring that love back on the planet? Can you go down the tunnel of light, go back, re-enter the body, but as an all-loving being? Now, can you look at the world from the eyes of an all-loving being? There you go. And can you start to live with this complete knowing that you are always taken care of, that nothing can ever happen to you that isn't of love, and that you have complete control over everything you create? So if you choose to hold a negative, a quote-unquote negative thoughts, because there's really nothing is negative. Once you're an all-loving, all-conscious being, nothing is good or bad. It doesn't exist anymore. It just is. But let's say you choose to hold a thought of lack. You choose to say, I don't know my purpose. So then that's what becomes truth. If you choose to hold the thought, I don't make any money doing what I love, then you as an unlimited, very powerful being are going to have that experience. So if you choose to hold the thought, I know my purpose, and maybe you're having to fake it till you make it, right? I am making beautiful income doing what I absolutely love and what I'm absolutely created to do on the planet. Then you hold that vibration, and it might take a day, it might take a month, but as long as you're holding that vibration, that then becomes your story, right? Because all of us here are living a life that we spoke into being. So if you don't like the life you spoke into being, you are the only one who spoke it into being. Nobody spoke it into being for you, right? So at some point you spoke your current life into being. You decided, well, I'm raising 3 kids, so I'm not going to work. And so that was your reality, right? Or I can't be successful because I have kids and I got to take care of them. So that's your reality, right? So it's okay, but you got to realize that I made that choice as an unlimited, all-loving being, because at any time you can go up to Creator and change your life, right? Does that make sense, you guys? So when I walk you through pause and pray, it's to remember that. And then when I walk you through the anger towards, is so that you can remember that it's not, and again, I'm saying anger without the good or bad label on it. I don't see anger as being good or bad. It's just it's an energy. It's just a label for an energy. Anger towards is like, this is how it's going to be. I am doing what I love. This is what it's going to be. Right? Does that make sense? So think about times in your life when, as you ground back into so you're grounding your light body into your vessel. The vessel is your physical body. It's not who you are. See, a lot of people come on the planet and they go, I am, so that like I am Alex or I am whoever, right? I was born on this date. My parents are so-and-so. And so they put on these thumbprints on themselves and they become that story. But you are not your body. You're not your story. You're not even your thoughts, right? You are this unlimited light of love, right? But let me just say about anger towards. So I was on a walk yesterday in the middle of Red Rock with my friend and Hayden, and we meet this awesome guy who's got this awesome dog whose name happens to be the same name as my friend, which was crazy. And then the guy also lives 6 months out of the year in France. And so I live 6 months out of the year in France, and he happened to have adopted a foster child. And he was telling us this story of how he was telling the foster system in the United States, this is not how it's going to go. I'm going to have this child's staying with me. He's not going left and right. You're not going to put him in all these different houses and where he's going to feel lost. This child's staying with me, and blah, blah, blah. And that was anger towards. So I want you guys to notice that anger towards is extremely beneficial to tap into, because it's like the mother bear energy, and it's actually really important to have on the earth. Now, I know when you go to Creator and you're one with love, you're like, whatever, man, everything's okay. You know, you're an all-loving being. But the thing is, on the third, in 3D, when you're in this vibration, sometimes to channel that higher light, it's got to come out a little bit like powerfully, right? Because what it is you're going to need to get through people who are not awake. You're dealing with zombies, right? So, you know, I don't want to affirm that. I don't want to say that, but most people are not really awake. And so when you're an all-loving being, but you come at it with like, you know, and I know maybe this is out of context for you, so it's not making any sense, but just, I want to give you the download and you can use it anytime. But it's very, very powerful. And it's something that helps you shift out of where you are into where you want to be for other people too, you know. So if you're somebody who put it like that, you've had a path up till now where you've had different jobs, different experiences, you've gone to school, both in life and in regular school, and you've had a lot of training, and hundreds or thousands or millions of people could benefit from you being in the world doing your purpose, right? But if you're keeping yourself small and you're saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, then all these people don't get to have your light, right? They don't get to experience you, right? Okay, so does that make sense a little bit with that, you guys? That it's about stepping out of that like small me, and then stepping into your this is done. I am doing this. I love my purpose. It's coming to me. It is in me. I trust. Cool, you guys? So it's a little bit like dealing with the ego who's like, you don't know who you are. You're a loser, right? Nobody loves you. And you got to go, no, I am an all-loving being. What if I could do my purpose? You know what I mean, you guys? You got to be like the dad that I met yesterday on the hike. You got to be that for yourself. Like, he was protecting his soon-to-be adopted child that he picked up from the street, pretty much. Child Services just left this kid on the street, and he took the kid in, and both his parents were unfortunately drug addicts, right? And he just adopted this kid, and Child Services never came for 3 months to do anything about this kid, and then wanted to take the child away. And so you got to sort of be, the anger towards his self-protection is saying, no, I am an all-loving being, okay? And then, of course, go back to meditating and letting go and pausing, but just want to give you that download. So you can move out of apathy and you can move into who you truly are, which is this all-loving being who can make things happen. Okay. Whew, good. Now, I want to say something about anger towards versus anger against. Anger against is not quite as productive. You want to avoid anger against. So anger against is obviously like, I hate this person. This is so bad for the earth. Or, you know, nobody's doing anything about anything. Or I'll never, you know, I'm such a loser, blah, blah, blah. That's anger against. So you want to avoid that and move into anger towards. And we talked about that yesterday if you want to catch up on that video. Okay. All right, let's ground back. How was the trip up to the light? Okay, so you have a lot of angels and guides with you at all times to help you remember who you truly are as a soul in a body, right? As a soul in a body with a purpose to love and a purpose to live without fear and a purpose to protect those who need protection and a purpose to choose to be the light in the world and to choose to create your reality from a place of love and like from a place that, you know, you get to decide. Okay. So now when you look back at that list of the things you made, can you each, like one at a time with your all consciousness, go like cross it out and just go, it's done. I know where I'm going to live, you know, if that's what you put on. Or it's done. I know my purpose. Done. Like it's done. Done deal. Move on to the next one. So just get into that energy of this is going to be done or it is done. It's the download is coming. This is revealed to me. And maybe your mind takes a minute to catch up. Maybe it will be 5 days. Maybe it will be 5 months. But can you make it a done deal? So look at your list and each one at a time, just calibrate yourself to be in the solution, to be in the answer. So how would it feel to be, I know where I'm going to live. Done. That has been revealed to me. I know if I'm going to do this or not. Done. That has been revealed to me. Can you guys get into that? I know if I'm going to do this or not. Done. That has been revealed to me. Does that make sense? I know I went on. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I channel and I just keep going. But if you have your list and can you go into this vibration of, I got this. This is done. This is taken care of. I know my purpose. Done. I'm doing it. Done. Done. That has been revealed to me. This is revealed to me. Done. I know what I'm doing. Done. What if this was all figured out? What if I knew the answer to this now? Okay. So instead of fear, what if I was just always in my heart and in my love and I knew that I was taken care of? Done. This has been revealed to me. I can't wait for this to be revealed to me. Right? Give me some feedback. I feel like I'm by myself over here. Am I by myself? It's okay. It is done. Good, Barbara. Thank you. So just, even if you have to fake it, just what would it feel like to be in the, I got this. This has been revealed to me. Done. Move on to the next thing you wrote down. Again, as a powerful light in a body, you get to make decisions, right? You get to create. So now you just rewrite it. Once it's done, rewrite it. I know where to live. I know if I'm going to do this or not. I know what my purpose is. Done. I know if I'm going to hang out with this person or not. Done. This is revealed to me. I know what to do about this person. Done, right? Okay. And then rewrite it so that you can read it in the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed. You can start to, again, reprogram your subconscious to get out of the way, to get over itself, right? So it's almost like you're convincing someone who is never convinced of anything. It's figured out. We got this. It's figured out. We got this. And of course, the mind is going to want to figure it out, but that's when you got to go, no, I'm an unlimited, all-loving being. The universe is taking care of it. It is done. Do you guys feel that power when you go, it is done. I got this. This is figured out. And just sort of be in that vibration. So you're shifting from fear of not knowing your purpose to like, it's a done deal. I got this. And there's a lot of power in that, right? So it's sort of a goddess move to do that. It's sort of a shortcut. So having internet problems for Parveen. Okay, no problem. Be back in Paris on Monday. Yeah, Parveen, and you and I need to talk about Wednesday. So Facebook me and we'll talk. So Maruka, good energy makes me realize that the first inkles I got, first action steps, are the answers, and as I know that more steps will be revealed, moving out of doubt, I have enough to take the next step. Yeah, exactly. It's a done deal. So it's just making a decision, and then it starts to come. So for example, if I'm like wishy-washy about teaching a course, nobody shows up, right? But if I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm so excited about it, I can't wait, people like are coming out of nowhere, I don't have to do any advertisement, and it's like everybody wants to do in my course. So it's a choice I make, right? It's the same thing with dating. If I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to date anyone, I get all these guys who are not really committed. I'm married now, so in the past, I used to get guys who were not committed. And but as soon as I was like, I'm calling in my husband, this is it, I'm calling in my husband, I met him that year and we were married 6 months later. So again, you get to decide in your powerful self to move out of doubt into, I got this. So are you calling in clients from a place of like, it's a done deal? Are you calling in new places to live if it's a done deal? Now, if you feel insecure, if you're like, I don't know, and you feel small and contracted, are you in your all-loving soul, or are you in your ego and body and like stories, right? If you're in the story, it's okay. Just get out of the story, go back to the light, remember who you truly are, and then just go, oh, I love you, little me who's afraid. I love you, but we got this. This is a done deal. And you visualize it, you see it, it's done, okay? And then remember the thing about, you know, you're not going to know if it's your husband on the first date, right? You're going to need to give him 25 dates or 30 dates. I don't know. Maybe you do know on the first date, but do it like that for your purpose. You know, sometimes our purpose is something that we have to go on enough, we have to do it enough times to be like, this is a match or this isn't a match, right? Okay, Andrea, awesome. So I want to tell you, Danielle Laporte, who's an amazing, I don't read a whole lot of her stuff, but I just watched this one video she did with Marie Forleo, and she was like, and I won't curse, but she was saying it with the F word. She said, my dream I have to say the F word. I'm going to try not. My dream is a F-ing done deal. My dream is a beep done deal. And she was talking about her book becoming a bestseller on the New York bestseller list. And it became that. So you get it, and it sort of is that same goddess energy of, my dream is a done deal. It's a done deal. Done, right? Even though you haven't even written the book. Right, you guys? All right. So rewatch the video as many times as you need. We did the pause. We admitted our powerlessness over all these things. We went to the light. We got into your soul. And then we were like, you know, annoyed enough with our earthly self to sort of shake things up and go, stop feeling like you're a small person. You're not. Get over yourself. And this is a done deal. Okay, you guys? Do you like the pep talk? Freaking yeah. Okay. Wake up. Okay. I am an Aries, so even though I channel angels, I am like a fire sign, so I like to get people motivated. Okay. Anything else I can do for you? My son is still downstairs having breakfast, so we're good. We have 5 more minutes. Is there anything else that I am missing that I should be telling you? Oh, I'm getting a download about my upcoming course. It's 3 months. We meet weekly in Zoom. I get more and more things that we're going to do. I'm going to really want to organize the course, but send me some questions while I talk about this if you want, if you need to ask me. But we're going to really look at what are you most afraid about being visible? What are the beliefs keeping you small and hiding? And some of you are super sensitive, so you have a fear of being in contact with people because bringing other people's energy into your field can mean draining. You'll be drained. You'll feel yucky, you know. And again, all those are beliefs. So imagine if your soul changed that belief for you and said, what if working with people energized you? What if you could rejuvenate your introvert self? after you hang out and work with people, right? So it's going to be a lot of mindset work to have a successful business. So it's like a freedom business mindset course for voice and visibility. So it's all going to be about looking at everything that blocks you from marketing yourself and put yourself out there. And we're going to do a lot of digging to find bottom fears. So a lot of people I work with have had lives where they were killed for being a healer. So of course, in this life, they don't really want to be a healer, but yet they really, really want to. So they're sort of fighting with themselves. So, that also will be addressed. Everywhere where you've decided that I'm unlovable, like everywhere you decided I can't be loved, and so you're manifesting proof that you can't be loved, we're going to clear that. And when I say love, I don't mean romantic love, although that's part of it. It's more like receiving money is a form of love, because you're self-loving yourself with receiving abundance, right? I can't be loved could be, well, I can't ask for that much money because who am I to ask for that, right? Or I'm not lovable could be, well, nobody's going to want to work with me, right? So if that belief is really ingrained in you as an earthling being, because it's not who you truly are as a soul, you will manifest proof of that belief being true. So you'll go out in the world and find, like, why are people so mean to me? Or why are people so draining? Or why is it so hard to do this? Well, it's because your subconscious is trying to be right about this belief you have that I'm unlovable, right? So I'm using that as one, but it could be, another one could be, I missed my chance. I'm not good enough. I'm a failure. Am I worthy of accepting healing? And do I even want ease and abundance? Some people have a thing where they're against ease and abundance because to them it could mean that they'll be vulnerable and then they'll lose power, right? So we look at that. Guilt, shame, using my voice. And will people really hear me? Will people really care? If you grew up in a house where people shut you down a lot and you grew up with very critical parents, then that voice is still in your head criticizing you when you're trying to have a voice, right? So the work I do now as a healer is I really try to reframe the mindset so that you catch the voice and you go, wait a minute, no, this isn't the truth. I'm going to parent myself differently. I'm going to coach myself differently. All right. So we'll have 3 months to go through that. And once you're in the course with me, you're in for life, pretty much. You get to redo it as often as you want. So, but I have very limited time before then. So let me know quickly if you want to hop on board, because it starts Wednesday and I have, my son's no longer going to his school. So I'm now having to, I'm going to have a babysitter every day, but she's coming on Monday. So until then, I'm with him, and I'm going to be working on this when he's busy playing with his cars. All right, you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Anything I can help you with? All right, so Nilgun's getting some good stuff. She said, I did this Ask to Creative subconscious exercise from day 3. I get an interest from a US woman in Istanbul. I'm so excited. Okay, she's clearing her attachments and aversions. Awesome. Thanks, Barbara. Mwah. Yeah. So Nilgun, I'm noticing that you always get these people interested in working with you, Nilgun, but then like they somehow never do work with you. So that's on you. I hate to say, but that's on you. So if you guys manifest clients and you're like, until like I'm manifesting clients, but then they never send you the money, you've got something with worth, you've got something with receiving money, you've got something with, am I even good enough to help them, right? So, pause and pray, admit your powerlessness, give that whole pattern up to Creator, go up to the soul and get angry towards, like, this needs to be a done deal. I am doing this. I am a coach, darn it. I am helping women, darn it, okay? You got to see, when you get angry towards, it literally shifts your vibration, right? It makes you leap forward enough to make it happen, okay? I just give it to you, Nilgun, what to do. Pause and pray about it. Go up to the light, redo today's meditation, and then get angry enough towards what you want, okay? Now, it may not be that woman. It may not be that woman signs up with you, but somebody will, because, see, here's the thing, you guys. When people don't sign up to work with us, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with us. We have a block. They're ready to work with us. They've showed up. They say they want to work with us, right? But if they're saying no to you, then you're saying no to yourself unconsciously, or you're telling them to say no to you unconsciously, right? So like when I was telling you about the guys, like, if I'm not committed to, like, I'm going to meet my husband this year, right? Then all the guys I would meet would be like, whatever. And this is probably 7 years ago, by the way. So this is a long time ago, because I've only had my husband and then my son's dad, but for the last 7 years. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, if you're committed, then they're committed. Okay, so look at where you're not committed, where you're like, I don't know, maybe I'll go get a job. Okay. When I did this work, it was in 2008 or 2009, I threw away all of my clothes and all of my shoes that had to do with everything else that I used to do. And all I had left was this. It was this, and there was nothing else but this, right? So I know it takes having some guts to do this and faith in God, but it was like, God, you use me for this, or there's nothing else that I'm going to do, right? This is it. So you either are going to do it or you're not. You know, you just make a decision pretty much. Right? One of my favorite moments where this worked for me, I was in New York City on my way to Paris, and I was stuck in like 3 hours of traffic to get to the airport, and I had like a first class seat with my son to go to Paris. This was in 2013, and I'm literally stuck in traffic, like traffic no one had ever seen. It was so bad in Manhattan, and I'm not even from New York. I was flying from Vegas to New York. I stayed with a friend for 2 days and then was flying to Paris. And the guy in the car was like, I've never seen traffic this bad. For 3 hours, we literally only moved an inch in New York City. And I'm in the car. I tried everything to clear traffic. I did all the light work I could. My little guy was like wanting to pee in the car. He was horrible. He was hungry. We were all a mess. I was about to take the subway. My plane was leaving in 30 minutes. And I'm like, I had no idea how I was going to get on my plane. And I had this moment of going up to God and being like, I just knew in my heart I had to be in Paris. I really wanted to be in Paris, and I could not miss this flight. It's like the flight was like my departure to a whole other world. And I went up to see God. I said, God, if you don't clear, you got to clear this traffic for me, or else I will pretty much never work for you again. And it was very powerful, and I opened my eyes, and literally all the cars were moving, and I was at the airport. I think it was 15 minutes, and British Airways, they were all outside. I had called them. They were waiting for me. They pretty much escorted me through security. I arrive on the plane. The plane is full and packed. They were all pretty much waiting for me. The door closes, and I'm sitting in my first class seat with my son, and I'm like, oh my God, we made it. But it was one of these impossible, I'm going to miss my flight. I was being all negative. And then I made a decision to say, no matter what it freaking takes, I am getting on that plane, God, and you better get me on the plane or else. And so the thing that was creating the traffic was my fear about going to France with a small baby. I was creating the traffic because I was afraid to go. I was by myself with 11 pieces of luggages, including the car seat and the bed and the stroller and all the diapers, the whole crap you have when you have a baby. He was 15 months old. And I was afraid. And so I was creating the fear, and I was creating the pushback. Do you guys get me? So when you're not getting a yes from the world, is you're afraid of the world. You're the one who's saying no to the world, right? Now, when I did that in the car, the voice came back and said, well, are you going to be, and I wish I wrote it down. I wish I remembered it in this moment, but it was like, are you going to be able to handle whatever comes out of this trip? Are you going to be okay with whatever happens out of this trip? And I said, yes, just get me on the freaking plane, And it was one of those, I just wanted to be on my first class seat. I was like, I just want to get on the plane. It was very powerful. And I could see myself in Paris. It was so clear to me. And so what ended up happening is out of the trip, I wasn't going to France for 3 months. I was going for 3 years, but I didn't know that in the moment. So of course, on some level, I was freaking out unconsciously because I knew that I was actually going for a long time, and I actually stayed, and I'm still going back to France. So it was a big, big, big decision for me, but just make the decision. Don't stay in traffic, because traffic sucks, you guys, okay? It really sucks, okay? Yeah, Neil Gunn, can you repeat the last sentence again for decision? I have no idea what I was saying, so just make a decision. I don't know, what was I saying? I'll stop the video so you can watch the replay. Okay, loves, I can't wait to see you guys soon again. and talk to you via email, Facebook, and hopefully for those of you who are in my group Wednesday, I can't wait. We're gonna have so much fun. And if you can't make it this round, don't worry. I'm feeling like I'm gonna offer this again and again because it has a lot of new energy and power in it, and it's really, really gonna hopefully continue to transform people's lives really fast, so you can go off and do your purpose, and it can be really clear, and the world can benefit from you. All right. Thank you, Nilga, and big hugs.